Hello everyone, I'm Randy Donkevort and I'm here with Jeremy Horrell from Urban Roots London. And today we want to give you a tour of our urban garden. So come on in. There we go. So Jeremy, I know that when you started this garden and you were making all the plans, you really did create 6 field blocks. I wonder if you could tell us a little bit more about each one of the field blocks that you've got.
Sure, Randy. So in this field block, we have our peppers, eggplants, and tomatoes. And we've been trellising them up because they're going to grow up to be nice and tall, probably about 6 feet or more. And we need to be able to support the plants so that we can harvest all of these lovely San Marzano tomatoes.
They're my favorite. And so, Jeremy, what have we got in this particular block here?
So in this field block, we have cucumbers and zucchini. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of zucchini based on the number of plants, which is going to create some good yields. And behind us, we have our bush beans, multiple plantings of bush beans to be able to allow for multiple harvests and weekly harvests of beans. Corn, and then we'll be growing a pole bean that will use the corn as a stake to be able to grow up and around to be able to support that. And over here we have our melon patch. So essentially we have some wonderful personal sized watermelons as well as muskmelon and a honeydew melon.
Wow. Now, when do you think that particular block will be bearing fruit?
Yeah, so melons are typically ready anywhere kind of beginning to end of August. We were a little late in planting our watermelon, but we should have our muskmelon probably middle of August.
Okay, fantastic. So I've noticed that there's a beautiful, huge zucchini right over here.
There is. So typically we don't like them to get that big, but that is a great bread-making zucchini or for any sort of dessert zucchini.
Yes.
But we also have some wonderful cucumbers that are starting to take within the field block as well.
Fantastic.
And so we'll be harvesting this on Wednesday. So Wednesdays are our harvest days.
Yep.
And so the crew will kind of walk through not only checking on the plants to make sure that they're healthy and that they're producing, checking if there's any disease or any sort of pests that need to be kind of taken off, but they'll also take note of what the fruit is looking like on the plants and what's actually happening. And so here we have an example of 2 different types of cucumbers that are growing. We have our silver slicer and our Marketmore. Essentially one is firmer and sweeter and the other is more like your traditional cucumber. So as we go over here, Randy, you can see that our potato field block is just really buzzing.
Is it ever?
They're starting to flower.
Look how tall they are now.
They've been hilled up nicely and they're going to be ready for harvest in probably about 3 weeks for new potatoes. Over here we have our very first field block that we set up and this is our Brassicas. And so it's kale, it's collard greens, and that's particularly what we've been harvesting up to this point, along with some scallions, where we've harvested, you know, a little over about 170 pounds of food already.
Wow.
That's been distributed to our partner, Glencairn Community Resource Center.
Yep.
And it went directly to families who come and pick up some vegetables, but also they've then distributed any of the stuff that wasn't picked up to some of their partners. And so it's this domino effect of us supporting them, them supporting their partners, and everybody working together to be able to do that in a really meaningful way with this plot.
So Jeremy, the garden looks absolutely beautiful and it's really coming along. What's the biggest contributor right now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would have been possible without the hard work and dedication of, you know, the people involved in our organization at Urban Roots, but also the other essential part to this is the human element and the labor that's involved in growing a large garden or a small farm like this. And without those positions through Canada Summer Jobs, we wouldn't have been able to get to where we are and have the daily maintenance of this plot to be able to have it be as healthy and as nourished as it is. And so I think we have to give credit where credit is due, and the hard work, you know, the sweat and labor of the students who are here working every day.
Right, right.
So we talked a little bit about all the hard work that goes into not only maintaining but preparing the site. And with us now is Justin. So Justin is one of our farm laborers who's just finishing up their contract in a couple of weeks. And Justin, I was hoping you could share with us a little bit about kind kind of what you appreciated most about the job, what your best experiences were, and kind of how it's impacted you.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a really great experience. It's been nice working outside, getting my hands dirty, and learning a lot about growing food. And to see the difference from when I got here to what it looks like today has been amazing. And I really also like the idea that it'll continue to produce food for many years to come. And I look forward to seeing how it changes in the future as well. So, yeah.
Thank you. So after just meeting Justin, we have a bunch of new farm laborers that are starting, and I want to introduce you to Hannah. So Hannah started with us yesterday, and already having more hands has really helped us visualize and see the potential of the site in all of the different areas that we can establish for food. And so Hannah, I was wondering if you could share with us a little bit about why a farm laborer position with Urban Roots and Siloam.
Right. So I applied to the job particularly because I really value community, and it's a really big passion of mine. And I wanted to be involved in a job that was community centered and that I was giving back to the community. Yeah.
Thank you.
Jeremy, thank you so much.
No problem.
This has been just an eye-opener for me, and I'm sure for the rest of our congregation. Again, thank you and all the students who have worked so hard to really create this wonderful garden. Thank you.
You're welcome.